Hey, Zane Griggs here. People always ask me what I actually eat. They want to see what I eat, So and I just think, to me, I don't think about spelling it out, exactly, because I just think veggie, protein, fat, that kind of thing. But this is it. Here's the plate. Here's exactly what I'm eating. It's 4 whole eggs. Okay, notice I got 4 whole yolks on there. Eat the yolks. With asparagus, I got about 12 asparagus spears. 5 to 6 is a serving. So I just went crazy and had 12, call me crazy, and I think you could too, because, even 12 asparagus spears, it's about 8 grams of carb, half of which is fiber, so you're really only burning about half of that's considered sugar, okay? So, 5 or 6 is 4, so just go from there, 4 grams, 2 of which is fiber, 2 of which is sugar, give or take, okay? So, where do the calories come from? Can I actually survive on this? Is it enough to keep you from getting hungry, is what a lot of people say. I'm going to starve on veggies. And you're not going to starve, because this is quite a few calories. Looking at this plate, how many calories do you think this is? I'll tell you, just so you don't have to guess. I don't want you to strain anything. It's about 460-ish, 470 maybe calories, give or take, by my counting. And I'll tell you how I estimate that. But think about 460 calories. That sounds like a lot to some of you who might have dieted before, but that's a good-sized meal. Okay, and it's a meal that is not high in starch. As I told you, it's got 4 grams of carbs, so almost no bump to insulin. The only thing that's really bumping my insulin and temporarily slowing down or halting fat burning, or fat release, I should say, is the protein in the eggs, because that does have a small bump to insulin, but you recover quickly, and it's much smaller than a carb. So, and that's in the eggs. There's about 4 eggs, 4 whole eggs, so that's about 25-ish grams of protein, give or take a gram, okay? So 25 grams of protein, not a huge protein meal either. It's not like I'm taking in 50 or 60 grams of protein and having a big insulin spike and all that. That's not high protein. That's a very moderate protein. Some consider it a low protein meal, but it's moderate. I think anything over 20 is good, 20 to 40. So that's about 25, 28-ish grams, depending on how you count the egg, the size of the egg. And the rest of it comes from the fat. Now there's fat in the egg as well, so there's about 5 grams per egg. So that 4 eggs, that's 20 grams of fat. And there's I put a good tablespoon of butter on the asparagus. It's already melted. It's yummy. It's in there. So good. So a tablespoon's about 100 calories. It's about 9 grams of fat. Okay. So 100 calories, just in butter. You're like, in butter, 100 calories? Oh my gosh. I'm worried about getting enough calories to satisfy me. I'm not trying to cut calories. And that's the great thing about eating low carb. You don't have to undereat to allow yourself to continue to burn fat. So I'm not undereating. I don't want to undereat. I want to feed my body. I just want to feed it the right things, quality, okay? Instead of reducing quantity, instead of trying to cut calories, I just eat the food that allows me to continue to burn fat. So, like I said, there's not much in the asparagus. 20 grams of protein. The rest is fat. Where's the fat come from? Well, I said 5 grams per egg, 20 grams of fat right there. There's about 9 or 10 grams, 11, 12 grams maybe, in the butter, and then I cooked it in coconut oil, which it's about 15 grams per tablespoon. So I'm gonna say, let's say I soaked up half a tablespoon, just to be, I don't know, just to say, let's say I soaked up half a tablespoon. I'm not really worried about it, but just to try to count the fat, so that's 7 grams. So there's 60 or so calories there. So I've probably got, it comes out, okay, I did the math for you. I'm doing the math for you, don't worry, don't strain your brain. It's about 73% fat, okay, 20% protein, and about 6-7% carb, which is half of which is fiber, which doesn't even, the fiber doesn't even count, doesn't boost insulin at all. So it's just that 3.5% that's actually going to affect insulin as a sugar, okay, and you got some from the protein, which is a very low amount. So low effect, I should say, on insulin. So, like I said, 73% fat, 20% protein, less than 10% carb, and that's again from the fat coming from the natural fat in the eggs. Coconut oil, which is an amazing fat, great for your brain, quickly turned into energy because it's a medium chain triglyceride, and it's just has all sorts of antimicrobial benefits, so antibacterial, antimicrobial. And of course, asparagus has all sorts of nutrients in it. The eggs have tons of nutrients, like 13 essential minerals and vitamins and stuff. So I mean, it's a very nutrient-dense meal. So I'm getting a lot of nutrition, okay, micronutrition, as well as the macros, which is the protein, fat, and a little bit of carb, but still some good fiber. So that's what my breakfast looks like. And here it is about 10:30-ish, okay, I tend to have a later breakfast on non-workout days. And this is a non-workout day, so I'm recovering, so I'm just going to keep my protein there, about 20-25%, keep the fat high, carbs low. Not every meal looks like this. As some of you know, I tend to put my carb at the end of the day, sort of as a reward, so I don't stimulate the carb cravings throughout the day, and have it at night so I kind of relax. But my starch portion, you know, wherever that is, would be at dinner. And I tend to eat like this through the majority of the day to allow my body to burn fat as I'm running around. So, if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If you know someone that could benefit from hearing this, tag them in the comments and, you know, share. But again, this is the profile you want to look for a low carb meal, low carb, high fat. You want fat to be in the 60-70% range. Protein anywhere from 15 to 25, and keep those carbs low. If you can keep them under 15 or even under 10, at 10 to 15-ish range, you're doing well. You're doing well with that, and that'll allow your body to, and plus it's enough calories, it's not a little snack, so it's gonna, you know, I'm gonna be hungry in an hour or two. This is gonna keep, I'm gonna have fat here to burn, it's gonna stay in my system because I didn't bump insulin too much, and it's coming back down quickly. That fat's gonna stay in my system for a while, and I'm gonna keep releasing my own body fat, so it's gonna keep me satisfied for quite a while. So, again, I went off another tangent after almost saying goodbye there. But I'm kind of passionate about this, and I'm going to tell you this is the way to eat. If you're wanting to burn fat, lean out, tap into your body fat stores, this is the way to eat. 10 to 15% carb, or less if you can. 20-ish% protein, or from at least 15, but 25, and then 60, 70%, 75% fat. So this is how it's done. I'll talk to you later.